By the time people started their quarantine, I was already a pro. 1 month before the order to stay at home was issued, my husband bought me a comfy recliner. My son had purchased a weekly meal plan delivered to the house. My daughter gave me a great book. My grandma told me to tell you she's sorry. I didn't plan on getting a head start on the quarantine, but one rainy morning, as I was rushing to a meeting in downtown Philly, I walked over the metal subway cover on the street. The next thing I knew, I went flying in the air and I landed hard on my knee. I knew something terrible had happened, and I reached down to feel my knee, and it wasn't there. I screamed for somebody to call an ambulance, and the next day I had emergency surgery to rebuild my shattered kneecap. I was put in a full leg cast that kept my legs straight, and for the next 8 weeks had to keep my legs straight, was restricted to my bed, and with help can move a few steps into my recliner. But here's what you need to know about me. I'm old enough for Medicare, but I still work. I'm a civic engagement coordinator. I'm a fanatical dragon boater. My summer plans were to travel up the East Coast and into Canada, racing with my women's dragon boat team. I'm married to a wonderful man, and I have 2 children, a journalist and a hospital nurse. Having started a month before you all, I am the quarantine pro. I can give you pointers on how to manage your time while you're stuck at home. Do not watch the news all day. Watch Grace and Frankie, knit, or take up another craft, eat well, read books that make you happy, and remember to be grateful every day. I could give you pointers on depression. Make sure you find a therapist who will see you on Zoom. What I cannot give you pointers on is how to deal with your fear, because I'm still struggling with that. I have a daughter who's a nurse at a renowned New York City hospital. And every day when most of us are trying to avoid coronavirus, she's heading straight into it. At night, when we're thinking about what's for dinner, she's heading into work for her night shift. I'm pretty much sure that she won't eat or drink because of fear of taking her mask off and getting infected. What does a parent do when their daughter calls them on her way to work, tearful that she's going to bring the virus home to her boyfriend, tearful that she doesn't know when she's going to see her parents again? If you're me, you don't sleep on the nights that she's working. And when you're strong enough to stand long enough, you cook big pots of chicken soup with matzo balls. I know it's a cliche, but making soup for my daughter makes me feel useful. My husband drove it up to New York City, delivered it to her steps, waved to her from 6 feet away. And I wished I could have joined him, but I had a rigid leg and it didn't fit in the car. I can give you some ideas about what to do with your anger, because if you're as angry and furious as I am that we have a president who does not listen to medical advice, instead hogs the airwaves and gives us really, really bad advice. And if you think about how will we get back to having a normal life, you know that we need somebody who is smart. What I urge you to do is make sure that you get your mail-in ballots, because we don't know how the next election's going to work. And we have to make sure that the next person in the White House is somebody we can trust and somebody who could lead us through this crisis. Thank you.